the game industry has a problem. It takes the load off of the physics engine. So you can see these LODs at different increments, and in newer versions of Unreal Engine, you can actually smooth it even past that. It's called normal mapping. You put a texture on an object, and you don't have to change the object to match, especially the hitbox, so it makes it a lot more efficient. Hello everybody, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Game Dev Review. It has been a while since I played Return to Moria, and they have added a ton of additional content. To start, they added it's called the Golden Update. They added additional uses for gold, they added more armor, they added biome changes, they added new environments, they added a sandbox mode for PlayStation 5, they added cross-play hosting, just a huge update. And that's not even the start, because they also released another patch, 1.3.3, which actually expands the lighting, which I actually commented in my last video was kind of poor. This new update is going to be really good because it actually adds general environment lighting so that the world isn't quite as dark. I also mentioned that Unity is kind of difficult to do lighting well because of the fact that you typically have to pre-bake the environments. With this update, it's a lot more dynamic, and from what I've heard, they've actually managed to do it in such a way that it doesn't do significant demand on your system resources. So I'm excited to take a look at that and see what the new update brings. Is that how they explain the update? That's kind of interesting. So let's start here. Let's seal off our base, because that was something I wanted to work on before. So you can already see the lighting is a lot better. I know I had complaints. I couldn't even see into this corner before. So this is fantastic. You got these kind of god rays coming down. That's nice. Environmental. I know that they added, like, actual objects in the game world will generate light too. That's easier to do than having reflective surfaces that are supposed to, like, you take the vectors and then redraw the light, ray tracing style. Throw a button. Here we go. Okay. I did say I was going to gather resources. I completely forgot to do that. So we're going into this blind after a long time with very little. That music is a lot better than it was before, too. I know they added some additional audio lines, and they smoothed things out more. From the finest, sprung from the stone, opal the iris, silver the bone.
Ah, a song for a mining heart.
Yeah, look at this lighting. You can see into the alcoves. This is just fantastic. I love the textures on this game. I think the only thing that I'm kind of a little bit iffy on is the character texture is kind of eh. Okay. I think if they improve the character customizations, it'll be a lot better. Okay, I guess there's a door here. Oh, Durin's axe fragment. Westgate fragment of Durin's axe is found. Okay. So apparently there's going to be different locations. I wonder how many pieces there are. Handle of the axe. Can't quite tell what all the materials are. Some runes are visible. We're going to need this weapon. Okay, so it seems like it's going to be probably like a legendary weapon that we put together. green. I really like the colors for these. Oh, that's another carving. Dot, 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 dot. So not hero's token. I'm going to throw you away. Now the lighting is better, I don't need it as badly. I think I had 3 out of 5, so I still need 1 more. Oh. Ooh, that is some nice lighting. Can I find another one? I want to see that light up the area. So I mentioned before about baked lighting. Essentially, the game world will take the textures of every object in the world, and it'll get like a percentage off of how much light it should be getting, and kind of from what direction. And this is not raycasting. It's not using like directional rays that it's drawing. It's using just like a general, this is a light, this is its strength, it goes in this direction at this strength percentage. And so it's easier on the game engine and your system resources because it knows that the texture of this wall is 10% lit. And so it does like a darkening effect across it. The problem is that it's not easy to do that dynamically because it takes so long to render that, because it has to go to every light source, has to predict the percentages, and it has to math everything out. I mean, I had it in one of my games that I made a few years back. It would take me like an hour and a half just to bake the lighting on my level. And there's obviously tricks you can do to make it a little bit faster. You can do like partial bakes. But to do this dynamically is pretty difficult. And it's been a little bit since I've worked with the Unity lighting engine. It's possible that new updates to the engine itself have made this more reasonable. But let's see here. Yeah, so that lit up like instantly, and the world lit up instantly. And it actually appears to have made the area outside of the light darker, which is a really neat effect. So the kind of counter to baked lighting is the dynamic lighting, where you actually do a light source generates rays, and then you can specify off of how many surfaces you want those rays to reflect. And it'll do the lighting as if it's actually like, picture a photon flying through the air, hitting a surface, and then reflecting off. Light reflecting gives something color. And so you can say, hey, I want you to do this lighting, and I want you to bounce off of 5 objects. And so the more reflected lighting you can do, the more realistic the lighting is going to get. But that also means that it's going to be a lot harder on system resources. I think typically you're lucky to get 2 or 3 before it starts to bog down the system. And that's where raycasting comes in as far as your graphics card and such goes. Only recently are we getting to the point where the graphics cards can support that kind of demand. So I got those. Let's see a scenario. Maybe there'll be some iron. That would be useful. Place the carvings. I like that they're different colors. Ooh, and it's kind of floating. That's cool. Oh, iron. Yes, cool. A fragment of forgotten knowledge. That seems useful. Heirloom shield and a trapper hat. Oh, I wonder if those are like decorations. I did read that the shields and the hats don't really do a whole lot. They give you an armor bonus, of course, but it's not significant, and they're all pretty much the same. So you can choose a more aesthetic look to your character. Grab Billboard. Come back and grab these. I don't have any use for them yet. I know you can do like treasure hoards. You can place like piles of gold down, and you gain like a buff if you spend time like admiring it, which is really cool. It's a neat effect. I wonder, because you can also gain buffs from alcohol. You gain buffs from food. You gain buffs from gold. If you stacked all of those up, how strong would your character be? Because I feel like that could be kind of broken if you do everything. I think you can. Can I? Yep. Okay, so nearby chests do go to crafting. I love that games do that now. Oh, did it not craft the iron sword? So I just have a shield now? Oh, whoops. Wolves. You about to catch these hands. Oh! Nope. Oh, these are fighting me too. You can catch these too. Oh god, there's so many. I may have made a mistake. Nope. Oh, God. Ow. Isn't there, can I like a charge attack? I remember doing that. Oh, yeah! Oh, get wrecked. And this is without a sword. The block on this is surprisingly wide. I just blocked after he attacked me and it still took it. Okay. Let's kill one more guy. Oh, that's a problem.
I need a better weapon for this.
Well, okay, you can just do whatever. My weapon broke. Ooh, it's like a green effect. What is that? Oh yeah, there's a guy after me. How did I forget that part? Oh yeah, what you gonna do now? You're gonna break the platform. That's what you're gonna do. You still can't grab ledges. Leave me alone. Okay, he left me alone. So yeah, I enjoy the combat. Simple. I think I've played too many games that are like From Software and just tough. And it's kind of nice to just get back to a simple combat, smack and smack. I wonder how much stuff is actually in these buildings. I'm seeing a lot of these broken statues around too. I think I remember reading that they were important for something. Doesn't specify. I'm finding a lot of those. I wonder if there's more than one chest per area. Leave me alone. Well, I tried to block him off. Oh well. Does that work? Holy crap, that worked. Okay. Ooh, that though might be a problem. I guess I gotta make a new weapon. Out of wood. Wood. Nope. Too fast for you. Why is that? Oh, it shows what the direction he's in. I don't like that. The text that was on the screen, that is. Oh, this area is pretty. Coal. I'm gonna need coal, but I don't need it right this second because I got a full stack at the house. I really need iron. I'm assuming that's death. It looks kind of like the magic that was on the door too, though. Okay. I don't think the Balrog had the magic to do something like that. Or if he did, it would probably be like red colored, not purple. So it's got to be something else then. Orcs alone, I don't think I've ever heard of orcs being able to use magic like that either. In fact, the only one that we've really ever seen... Oh, Fallen Dwarf. He has my beard. Is that just me? Did I die here? I think the only ones we've ever really seen use magic are like Saruman or obviously Gandalf. So maybe there's a dark wizard down here somewhere? I believe they faced a dark wizard in The Hobbit. I'm racking my brain. It's been so long since I've read those. They were traveling through a forest and they found an old wizard. It was an ex-friend of Gandalf's, I believe. He was like a forest, like nature wizard or something, and he went corrupt. Which I guess that's kind of what happened to Saruman. He got corrupted too by... Interesting. Okay. I guess we'll see. Maybe it's going to be another friend of his. I can make a trapper hat. This hat makes a statement. Yes, it does. Okay, so unknown station, Durin's axe. So I wonder if that's a crafting recipe I learn later on. Maybe I have to find like a mithril forge or something. Assuming Durin's axe is made of mithril. I don't know anything about it. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can make any sort of armor. It says weapons and tools. So maybe I just don't have the stuff to do it next yet. Okay, I'm just going to craft it all. Seems useful. So, I remember reading that the dwarves were given 7 rings, and those rings, they didn't necessarily corrupt them like they did men. They made them greedy, and that's why they dug so low and they found the Balrog, all that. It was called Durin's Bane. But it also, their gold attracted dragons, which is what happened in The Hobbit, where they end up finding, like, the Horde, and there was the dragon in there, and then they fight the dragon. So I'm wondering if there's a dragon down here, too. I mean, you can't have a fantasy game without fighting dragons, so that would be pretty cool. And as long as it's Ben, there could be multiple dragons. Can dragons use magic? I don't know if they can in the lore. If they can, that would explain why everything's getting sealed up. And with the Balrog gone, nothing would be here to, like, defend it. Honestly, this might be the best time to retake Moria, then, before something else settles here. Okay. And I can craft a hammer. Cool. Both are done. Goal complete. Prepare for the long dark. It doesn't sound good. Mines. Search the mines for an entrance. Oh, I was already doing that. Okay. Take Durin's Highway east. Okay, yeah, so there was a highway between the major gates. That's the one to the west. And so that must point north. Yeah, so that way is the way towards the gate that was sealed. So we must have been on the west side of Moria trying to break in. So now, since this one's sealed, I'm trying to find the other exit. It'd probably be easier if I found a way to break the curse, honestly. With a legendary weapon would probably do that. Durin's axe, legendary masterwork. I'm betting we need Durin's axe in order to chop that door down. Which, attacking a door with a weapon seems weird. Maybe it's supposed to be like a pickaxe? Could be a weapon / pickaxe. That'd be kind of cool. That would explain why it'd be a masterwork. Could be used for both. What's the benefit of using those versus using a chest, though? I'm so bad with controls. Stores a large amount of iron ore. Okay, so I wonder if... Because you can only store, like, 99 stone, like, 30 iron in one stack. You can probably store a lot more on a pallet. So rather than taking up an entire chest worth of iron, you put it on one pallet. I did finally make that hammer, though. Let's see what these statues do. Okay, so 10 stone, repair damaged statue. Iron armor! Okay, so it unlocks recipes. That explains why it's everywhere. Okay. I wonder if there's a specific order you find them in, or if it's random. Iron gloves. Okay, so one of each. War axe. Okay. Okay. Unlock something for me. We found 3 different recipes so far. Okay, I found the armor. let's run back. Let's see what the... I guess I could just view it here. Oh yeah, I gotta go to... There's a forge recipe. Makes sense. I need one more iron ingot. I don't think I have any more iron at the base. I might. I'll have to check. Ah, I do have enough. Okay. And I'm hungry again. Let's have 2 roasted meats. I was thinking it would be kind of cool. I love cooking as well. And if I did, like, game-themed meals. Because that's never been done before, you know. But it'd be pretty cool. Making roasts and such. I am starving to death. And I do think I'm a pretty good cook, if I say so myself. Actually, one of my backup careers, I chose like a series of backup careers in case game design ever fell through, which glad I did, because it ended up being an industry that was virtually impossible to stay in long term. Being a chef was one of my backup careers in case all of my tech ones fell through. So I studied a lot of cooking. Okay, let's craft iron armor. Tier 1. I wonder what tier we go up to. It didn't just equip it? Oh, right there. Basic breastplate for both mining and defense. An Iron Hill Dwarf's favorite. Cool. Oh, that looks nice. It's got like a medallion on the arm. It's pretty cool. Looks like you can get a full set, 4 pieces. There's no, like, rings and such, which I really appreciate, because I feel like adding rings and amulets, it's nice, but it just gets complicated. Also, you typically only get to equip, like, 1 or 2 rings. You have 10 fingers, and you can have multiple rings per finger. I never liked when games do that. Pick one or the other. Okay, so that was the Golden Update. They've made a lot of changes. They've definitely improved the lighting. I really like what they've done. They've added a lot of additional content, which I didn't really get a chance to see anyway, so that's going to be kind of a moot point for me, I'm afraid. But I really like that they are improving this game. I'd like to see being able to actually, like, rebuild Moria, not just break rocks and build quick platforms. I think the hearth restriction is really the main thing on that. Since you can only build around a hearth, if you wanted to effectively rebuild all of an area, you would need to have hearths everywhere. Maybe they're going to improve that by adding, like, larger hearths, but unless they have one like a grand hearth or like a dragon's hearth or something, that's the only way I could effectively see you being able to build across an entire level. Sounds like they're deciding to mow outside, so I'm going to cut that short. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. You're probably going to get notifications. I don't post all that often, so you'd need to. And I'll see you in the next video.